Okay, so we are back with video number 4. We're going to be doing day number 8, maybe day number 9 if we survive, or if we need to do that because of the end of the chapter thingy-me-joggy which might occur, and the chapter 3 objectives, which, well, we never know what's going to happen with that either. So, we had some confusion at the end of the last one caused by us running out of recording time because of us rambling on a little bit. I did a cut and shut to explain that we got ourselves into this position now where we've had to do a double check on BGG regarding what we can do with alcohol, moonshine and our fatigue and our misery. We do think we can give them just about anything that we like, provided that the fatigue caused by moonshine and alcohol doesn't send the fatigue over number 4 value. They will be zonkoed to sleep. So we think we can keep everybody alive for another day or two, maybe not. Funny Lady has a list to explain what we're going to be doing, and I'll just pass it over to her.
Right, so Roman is going to have, first of all, some 100% alcohol, so that will reduce his misery by 1 down to 2, and it will increase his fatigue to 2. And then we're also going to top him up with some moonshine. That reduces his misery yet again down to 1.
1, yeah.
And his fatigue this time will go up by 2.
So he'll be up to 4.
So he will now be up to 4, which is the maximum. So he's basically
sozzled
where he stands. Okay, but that gets rid of those 2.
Anton's got no misery at this stage.
Anton's got no misery. We can't give him anything in anticipation. So the next person is Sveta. She is going to have some moonshine because she's got some fatigue that's spare. So her misery is going to disappear. Exactly. And the fatigue is going to go up by 2.
Up by 2.
So that will give it up to 3.
Okay.
And last but by no means least, Marco.
We can give him what we like because he can't do anything anyway because of his wounds are crippling him.
It seems pointless to waste 100% alcohol on him
give
to
him
save
the cheap
us.
Stuff.
Let's save that for when we absolutely need it because the wounds are restricting his ability to do anything. So giving him that, the misery comes off.
Fatigue will go up to.
That will go up to the maximum.
4. So he can sleep off his hangover and his wounds, and that is all we can do for now, which is partly ending day number 7, but also partly starting day number 8 as well. And they're all rather hungover, or if not completely asleep from their alcohol. Let's remove these tokens from the cards.
That's it, and we got then 1 alcohol in storage.
That is officially the end of day number 7, and we start day number 8 off with pulling the chapter card.
Absolutely. So, we have finished the 2nd chapter of the campaign.
Hooray!
Resolve. Hurrah! Resolve the top objective card, see the reward if you've met the conditions or the penalty if you do not, and remove it from the game. So, this
Just top card.
top card says, obviously at the end of the chapter, all characters' hunger must be 0, which it is not. So the penalty for that is that we have to raise all characters' misery by 2.
Which is why we were doing this massive drinking session.
Exactly.
So misery on Roman will go up to a 3.
He's going to wake up feeling very sorry for himself.
Anton, who was at 0,
that will then
get
2.
2. Sveta, who's on 0, will get to a 2. And Marco, who's asleep, etc., but he's misery 2 as well. So the real worry for us right now will be Roman. Those 2 cards are done and done. And we now draw the first ending event card. We do not know what it's going to be.
We do not.
And just read the survive thing out, which is the chapter objective for people who don't know.
At least 1 character from the starting group.
Which is these 3.
Ah, okay. So at least 1 character must survive until the end of the game with each state, which is hunger, misery, wounds and illness, equal to or less than 2.
Yeah.
Well, just one of them.
Yep.
Could be Sveta.
Yep. But win or lose, it's always a good game.
Fatigue is ignored.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. So, yeah, absolutely. But let's see.
What the card is?
This could be the last day. 3 cold.
3 on the cold. Why are you holding it in anticipation and keeping me on my toes? Because I don't know what it is.
It is. I don't think we've had this very often. Ceasefire.
Straight away.
Straight
Knockout.
away. Absolutely. So, the long-awaited ceasefire has finally agreed upon, or was finally agreed upon, putting an end to the fighting in Pogoron. Those who managed to survive the war in Krasnavia would never forget it. Play this card to its end, including the Dawn phase, then resolve the epilogue. Page 1000 in the Book of Scripts. Can't believe it.
Wow.
So let's just leave that there.
It's not often we've had the ceasefire as the first one.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a, let's say, get out of jail free card, but we have still got to make sure that one of the group...
It's also bittersweet because I wouldn't mind having another one, a different one from that, because it's so much fun.
It is, but what we've got to remember is we're very much on edge at the minute, and it only takes a wrong fate card and a death among us, and the ones we think are holding on are suddenly so depressed, and we don't get one of them over that end line. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
It's that sort of game.
So the first thing to do is the day actions.
Okay.
Of which
everyone's got a
nothing
headache.
for Roman, nothing for Marco. We've got 1 action for Anton and 1 action for Sveta.
I think if Sveta went to bed, would that get rid of 2, and then we would gain 1 more action for her? Whereas if we put him to bed, the wounds would stop him having another action anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, if everyone drinks.
So as long as we can,
hungry.
drink, as long as we can, and we can burn some wood.
We've got 2 build ups, don't forget. So yeah,
we go with that then, as you said. Sveta goes to bed.
Sveta goes to bed.
Roman and Marco are doing nothing. Marco couldn't do anything anyway because of his wounds.
He literally is just.
And so, do we want to perhaps knock the door and see if there's anybody outside for Anton? Again, we're just looking for someone that perhaps we can trade with in some kind of way, or just.
I'm not really sure we've got anything to trade, to be honest.
Perhaps come down here, search the heap. Might find some more burning stuff.
Why not? Why not? Absolutely.
So Anton, Mr. Green.
Anton, Mr. Green. Mr. Green.
Down
Downstairs.
here.
On the heap.
So on the heap, he has got. Oh, there's some stuff in there. We can use that. We have a weapons part. We have sugar. We have 2 wood and 5 components. So that's all going to go into there, and another cloak about has been opened up. Should we ever need it?
Okay.
But we won't do. He will now be done and goes into there. Sveta, because of her nap, will take her fatigue down to 1.
No, that'd be Anton.
Oh, on 1.
Sveta's next floor. Yep, that's it.
They all look the same to me.
Thank you.
And that is the end of the first action of the day. Second action, we take now Sveta with her second and last action.
Yep.
Upstairs to the heater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Burn off 3 pieces of heat.
3 cold tokens.
Which ends the day phase. After us shilly-shallying around yesterday, taking so long over doing anything, we're now burning through this because we've got this.
I think we can see the end in sight. It's very focused now. We know
spring in our step.
We know what we need to do.
Dusk phase. Everybody needs to drink.
Absolutely, and we've got 4 waters.
1, 2, 3, 4. So no misery is or hunger is heaped upon them.
Mm-hmm.
We go down to the eating section. Well, they can eat some components. or some sugar.
They could lick the sugar. They could, yeah.
There's nothing else we
We've
can
got
do
no food.
with food.
Nothing else we can do. So,
And luckily, in that ceasefire, that would start being a problem, wouldn't it? If we had another day to go.
absolutely, we've got nothing to trade with. We'd have to go, scavenging, and we've got people with wounds. Awful. So that's
one
up
on
by
there,
one.
one.
That's my one.
1 and
Luckily,
one.
2 is the
threshold.
maximum threshold of what we can have. So, and fatigue isn't included. That's
So
good.
we go down to the evening phase. We cannot do anything with these guys because they are fatigued.
Yep.
They're already at their maximum, so
Yep.
they would just go for a sleep on the floor, or one can sleep into a bed. So if we will put Roman, Mr. Red, to bed,
Mr. Red to bed. So he manages to crawl into bed.
he will lose all his fatigue for a good night's sleep.
Okay.
If we take Marco, Mr. Yellow,
Mr. Yellow.
he will go sleep on the floor.
Does everything he can do.
That fatigue will go down to a 2.
Okay. Not quite as nice as a comfortable bed.
Oh, talking tokens. And then we have these two guys.
Whatever they do, the
There's-
fatigue's got to go up. Hasn't
There's no need to send them out doing anything because we only have to survive until dawn.
it? I know it's a bit gamey maybe, but I'm just thinking if they've got enough on their plate, if they know that it's a ceasefire, would you want to risk it?
But that's what it says, isn't it?
Yeah.
To the next dawn phase.
Absolutely. And I think with 2 people asleep, personally, we could have it. I mean, the night raid could be horrible. So I think, we've got a couple of cards still here that
Things
we
can
can
still
play.
go wrong.
Things can still
So-
go wrong. We might pull up the marauding gang, you never know.
Anton and Sveta. Yes, our predictions sometimes have their nasty ones.
Yeah, I shouldn't have
Yeah.
said that, should I? So,
So-
fatigue will go up to 4.
Anton will go up to 4, Sveta will go up to a 2. So we're good with that.
Let's hope it's the Girl Scouts with some cookies, eh? Let's hope that one comes up.
And then we just roll through. There's nothing for this scavenging because we're not going anywhere. One of them will have a hatchet with them. Neither of them have prowess. So it's a
Lucky swing, hopefully.
2-shot deal. Should their night raid that's bad come up.
Yep.
We have nothing else to do with locations and finding Vex and bits and bobs. We simply have resolve a night raids card. Funny lady shuffling through the narrative action cards to try to see what we're going to be using.
Yeah, I think all we've got is the Vigilant Watch, which is that during the night raid phase we can lower the damage or wounds from a single night raid card by 4 tokens, resources or wounds. Now, we've got stuff in storage and we just have to get through the night, so hopefully, unless we get, as I say, the Marauding Gang, that card and what we've got in storage may be enough to...
Okay, we have got.
Oh, we've got the Raging Gang!
Will
Well,
you stop
would you not
predicting
believe
things?
13!
But this is like a reality impact for a change.
Oh, what I would have paid for a reality impact. Oh my gosh.
Watch this for a second.
13 potential
13 potential wounds and damages and tokens. Well, it's 5 wounds guaranteed unless we can do something special with our hatchet.
Now, what we've got to remember, 2 board ups automatically negate 2 of those, and you can allocate them how you like. And we've got this one to be used against 4 tokens, resources, or wounds. So logic would tell you use it on the wounds because you don't need any more wounds with the
wounds at the
people.
moment.
And then if they want to clear us out,
So,
in
so you're the mathematician.
okay.
We've got to take 5 off of wounds. So we've got 4
We've
straight
got
away.
this card that will lower damage or wounds from a single night raid by 4.
And we've got 2 board
And 2
ups.
board ups. So we've got 6 that we can take off of that.
Straight away.
So
it's just 7 damage with tokens.
Exactly.
So
With tokens.
Yellow
And whatever
dice.
so it's a
Yellow
melee.
dice for 1 with the hatchet. Let's just
So-
say it's Sveta with the hatchet.
Sveta with the hatchet in the lobby. What does she do?
A fake card.
A fake card.
Why not? Why not? Because there might be that one that
Okay.
ignores all damage or all wounds or whatever it is. Scares everybody off. I'd be scared of Sweater with a hatchet. We have. My goodness me. We got it. Dismemberment. Target suffers 3 wounds.
Wonderful.
Not the dismemberment, which I couldn't pronounce last time. No, I pronounced it correctly.
Well, we can't put 3 wounds on
Wow.
the target, but I guess what that means is, you know, we did more damage to
3
them.
tokens are now regained from that. So we have the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. And now we have Anton wielding the hatchet.
Anton can't use the same one. He's got his fists.
He's got his fists. Fair enough. They can't
That's
just
9
do it
out of
in.
our 13 mitigated. That's whatever he can do. Nothing.
Nothing.
So we just lose 4 items, and it says it's going to be the most expensive. I'm going to assume straight away.
It started with the most expensive. Oh, there goes the
Alcohol.
alcohol.
Sugar, weapon parts, and the cigarette. Because the book we can use to learn misery should we need it.
Should we need it? Okay.
It's the same value of 1. We make that choice, I suppose. But actually, the cigarette might be Roman's necessity. For Spirit A, he might need that cigarette, otherwise he would be...
He's wounded level 3, which we have got, raises misery. Yeah.
No, it's cigarette, Mum.
Oh, okay.
Raises misery, he hasn't got a cigarette left in storage. So we'll take the book instead.
Okay. Do you know, I've been holding on to that book all game. It's going to be really bad if that becomes the critical thing that we should have kept. Let's see.
The cigarette was important, I
Yeah.
think. So, that is the night raid all done. Crime wave card, nope. Dawn scavenging party doesn't return because they weren't there. Resolve the fate card again.
Oh, we're so close now. This is the final bit now.
We have had one game, I think when we were playing with Uncle Russ, who got us to the final card, and it was fate which suddenly dropped everybody.
Yeah, we didn't get the ceasefire first. We had to go through 2 other things.
Yeah.
It was,
So, me and my famous shuffling, and our predictions worked out brilliantly. Fate it's the white one. Raise the illness of all characters who do not take meds, herbs, bandages. Heal the wounds of all characters with bandages.
right, heal
So
the wounds. Bandages.
he would go from a 3 down to a 2.
And, yep.
Yep. So
And then, right, so I'll give you a 2. I'm jumping the gun here, so
Yep.
there we go.
and then Anton will go down from a 2 to a 1,
Yep,
and discard the bandages.
that's
from the
helpful.
dice.
That's really
It's
helpful. 3 seems to be a tipping point for things, so.
If cold minus board ups equals 1 or more, raise the illness of 1 character. Marco, I'm sorry, you're going to catch a cold again.
Well, we're fine. We got 1 cold and 2 board ups, so we've got -1.
Oh, -1.
Yeah,
we're fine. Exchange near a small location. This really is sort of superfluous.
The nearest would be the ruined villa. We'll move things down just to do it, and we would have had the hotel. Oh.
And resolve Spirit C on all characters.
Right, this could be the deciding one. So with Roman, if Roman is wounded or ill, which he's neither, raises misery by 1, so we got out of that. If Anton is wounded, raises wounds by 1, so he is, so he goes back up to a 2. Sveta, lower 1 chosen character's misery by 2. She gives a comforting talk.
She gives a comforting talk.
Wow.
I'm suggesting to Roman,
That would make sense because his is the highest.
so that will go down to a 1.
Raise it. Yeah, lower it by 2.
And if Marco is ill, lower his illness, he's not ill.
Wow, that was not a bad one.
So I think that fulfills getting to the end of the day, doesn't it? Or the end of the morning phase, apart from drawing an out of action card.
Absolutely does. So let's remind ourselves what we need to do to survive. At least 1 character from the starting group, which is these 3
Those 3.
here, Just one character must survive to the end of the game with each state, hunger, misery, wounds and illness equal to or less than 2, and we ignore fatigue.
And we've got everybody there,
And in fact, all
including
3 of them.
all
Yeah.
4 of them, including the guy that came in on the first morning as well.
Wow. That doesn't happen very often.
I can't think it's happened to us before.
Mainly because, if we want to have a look at these, would it be too much to have a look at these other 2 cards? We know
Well, we know what they are.
we know what they are anyway, but
Yeah.
the order of them can be awful. So, you've got contagious illness,
Yeah.
and you've got crime on the rise. And if you get that, or both or either of them, before the ceasefire, it can turn pretty nasty pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We
But
were
we've,
very, very lucky. There's a 1 in 3 chance of getting the ceasefire first, obviously. So, it's just what we needed, really.
Yeah.
Wow. They're pretty beaten up, they're pretty hungover, they're pretty hungry, and they're not very happy, but they are alive.
Anton doesn't know it's ended yet because
He's
still
fast
sound
asleep, he's still soundo.
But we
Good grief.
shouldn't even have resolved Roman's one because he was in bed anyway during the Spirit Resolve. But it didn't. It didn't
it
matter.
hasn't affected
It doesn't
anything
matter.
to the,
So
in bed and fast asleep. They all got through.
So I think that's it. We have actually officially beaten the game. I think we find that with this harder side of the board, we tend to beat the game about 1 in 4, something like that. And with those adjustments that I make with my alternate start sheet, we have had a couple more successes. But success is actually just in enjoying the game rather than finishing the game. And I think our choice of rubble cards being discarded with the 2 actions rather than doing both sides of them, that also helps us out a little bit in some of these games. But we haven't had much of a bonus on it because we haven't been doing very much rubble clearing in this game anyway. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good grief. Tired, hungry, but alive, and that's the main thing. That's all
Tired,
we've got to
hungry,
do.
hungover.
Walking wounded, but we walk out of here alive, which is no mean feat in this game.
Okay.
Yep.
Think we're done then. Thank you very much for watching. From the funny lady and myself, day number 8 was a successful day for us. We will see you sometime shortly. Until then, be cool.